This extreme boxing rules bout takes place at a catch weight of minus 80 kilograms. This bout will be contested over three-minute rounds. Your referee in charge when the action gets underway, Mr. Alexander Zodic. Fighters to the center, please, for your final instructions.
Fighters, you know the rules. Hey, listen to my command all the time. When I said stop, you stop. Fight clean.
Well, this is going to be entertaining, if nothing. These are the numbers, 36 plays 36. Well, one fight in favour of BAKOCEVIC in terms of... listen, none of those numbers make any difference here tonight. You look at their MMA records, BARRIO's 15-4, BAKOCEVIC is 44-24-1, but it is going to be entertaining. And I have to say, these two fighters are excellent. They are legends in their own lunchtimes. But you look at their physique, and they are the men that look least likely to. I mean, BAKOCEVIC, well, the trouser waistband just comes under his chest. And for BARRIO, who is a great friend of both of us, in fact, they both are, you know, guys that we love to watch. Oh, they've got to stop the old MMA. We saw a guillotine attempt there. It's boxing. You know, we really love these two guys. But, BARRIO is... got his waistband neatly lodged underneath his midsection, but don't be put off by that. These guys are as dangerous as a rattlesnake that is aggroed up. Anyway, talk about aggroed up. They're on the wire, and I don't know if they have clicked into MMA because they're clinching. They need space and they need to box. Chris, what do you make of it?
A lot of big questions, I think. You know, BARRIO does bring a nice boxing game, but does that translate against BAKOCEVIC, who for sure has been pretty much only boxing for the last couple of years in FNC? BAKOCEVIC, again, in shape, but a last-minute opponent swap. Missed his fight, was ready to walk for his fight last week, but it got weathered out. So there's just so many things at play, and I'm just curious who's going to show up, especially when there's history, especially given the 2023 fight, which, of course, BARRIO won via submission.
Yeah, but that was MMA, and you know, BAKOCEVIC is a seasoned bare-knuckle fighter, and he's put some opponents on their back. I think for BARRIO, has he got a KO punch? Has he got a boxing game? We're going to find out. It's entertaining, to say the least. I mean, you know, you're always going to default to what you know and do best, and BARRIO is going to clinch, and he's going to take it up to the wire, and that's what he's doing, and BAKOCEVIC is happy to ride it out. Entertaining, to say the least. And BARRIO just can't make the switch, can he? He's confused. He's boxing and then he's grappling, but look, it is what it is. And BAKOCEVIC is winding him up all the way. No guard, just marches straight in. And I've been looking forward to this for its entertainment value.
And again, you know, BAKOCEVIC, he fell short on the ground. And BARRIO obviously is now in a position where he has to work the upright. BAKOCEVIC may feel some advantages, especially with the hands low approach. Intriguing. But again, you know, the 6-ounce gloves aren't in BAKOCEVIC's favor, arguably. That's in BARRIO's favor.
Well, there's an expression, there are some things you can't unsee, and this could be one of them. For all good reasons and for all other reasons. However, end of the first round, and as I said, this is going to be entertaining if it's anything. So we go to 2 3-minute rounds, and then, well, it's called a extreme boxing bout. I think probably, and I may get into trouble for this, the only thing extreme about it is the fact that it's extremely not like boxing.
Yes.
So far. But listen, that could all change. I think they've got the memo. It's a late-minute call-up. We love a bit of spice, and that's certainly added to tonight here at FNC 24. I mean, this man, just look at the entertainment value. He just is another thing, and he shrugs off a loss like there's no tomorrow, does he? He just gets up after losing an MMA bout. But now we're getting down to the meat and veg. They know they've got to perform here, and this is where the rubber hits the road. So if BARRIO can stop clinching and we start to see BAKOCEVIC hold him off, then we could see a boxing bout. But here it is on the wire. Just look at BARRIO go, both hands going there, bullying his man up against the wire. And BAKOCEVIC just shrugs it off. BARRIO, though, has got some wicked hands. That's a left hand to watch out for.
And he's also really good in the clinch situations like that. We've often seen him use that kind of dirty boxing, even on the ground. Sometimes when he gets a takedown on guys, he'll, in those tight chest-to-chest positions, use his head and work in some cheeky little punches. So he's not completely lost here, but I feel like, again, the brevity of the fight, the fact it's at 80 kilograms, BARRIO should be 10 kilos less. It should be championship weight at 155. And arguably, he should be a good 14 kilos less at 145 all day. So, who knows? But I'm happy to watch.
So I think you're going to have to be incredibly lucky to get a KO with those size gloves on. But again, BARRIO just cannot separate that winning technique that he has in grappling by bullying his man against the wire. He just can't separate that to keep a clean, upright boxing stance. That said, BAKOCEVIC is spoiling every opportunity, pulling his head on, that left hand going over, pulling BARRIO on and down, and BARRIO subsequently has no choice but to get his man up against the wire. But BAKOCEVIC, look at that, the uppercut, steps into it. He's so slipsy, he's so foxy, he could deliver something out of the blue here. We've got just a minute left in this second round. And he's so crafty, he's such a wind-up, BAKOCEVIc. He grips, he holds, then he lets go, makes out to the ref that he's not holding. But they are really gaming every boxing rule under the sun here.
And a lot of it's not landing because of that clinch work. BARRIO is able to negate quite a bit from BAKOCEVIc, which is another spoiler, if you will, being thrown into the mix from both corners. Because like you said, BAKOCEVIc just loves the theatrics and the pageantry. Even every moment where they step out into the center of the cage.
Just look at the clowning from BAKOCEVIc. And they both look at the clock there. But don't be fooled. BAKOCEVIc is tricky and he can throw a shot, and it only takes, well, one to land right. One to land on that sweet spot. And it could be, well, could be BAKOCEVIC-alicious if he can do it. Right, end of the second round. Bit of swelling over the right eye of Francisco BARRIO, who did well to take on a boxing challenge like this.
100%, mad props as well. Given everything he was training for against Lomali Esquia, a radically different opponent, a wrestler, who certainly has some hands, but that camp would have looked very, very different if it would have been for something like this. I have no idea who's up. I might go BAKOCEVIc. I'm pretty sure that unified rules of MMA and the striking domain are going to be used to score this. So it's a very custom contest, if you will, with, yeah, not a lot of prehistory to it.
Yeah, I mean, I have to say that I think BARRIO's been the aggressor so far. But hey, third and final round. Let's see how this plays out. Part of the banter was BAKOCEVIc says that BARRIO has got the worst boxing in FNC. Well, he's still there and he's still doing business. So now BAKOCEVIc needs to up his game. And if you ask me, that's a good bit of grappling going on there. And you see, I'm seeing BARRIO land shots in this clinch exchange. And he's powering away there. Look, they're all scoring upstairs, downstairs, and he's making it work. And blowing kisses to the audience isn't going to do it unless he can stop BARRIO. And BARRIO's got a chin.
Yeah, that was great work there from BARRIO for sure. And BAKOCEVIc is flapping gums and pulling faces, but it's not going to be enough to steal the judge's eyes.
He's so tricky, so unpredictable. He really is like a rattlesnake. And you've got to love that because, you know, he's put away opponents so much bigger than him. Arguably, professionally, on paper, more experienced and, competent. But you can't take away the record, you can't take away his history, and you can't take away the entertainment value. You can't take away the speed as well. Able to cleanly shoot in there, cause problems for Barrio. But Barrio swings hard, swings big, and they score. Bakocevic taunts him, but Bakocevic needs to have a carry, because if he loses this, the last time they met was MMA and he lost by an armbar, and if Barrio beats him tonight at boxing, I think that's too cruel a blow to accept.
A bitter pill for sure. I feel like Barrio is winning this round, but the last two I think have some question marks. Bakocevic landed some solid jabs, some really nice snap jabs, fencer's jabs if you will, some good overhand rights.
This is good work from Barrio. Now he's keeping it clean. Now he hasn't gone to the clinch. I feel he feels more comfortable in this third and final round now that he's within finishing distance. He didn't want to get stopped too early. So he's loosened up now, all to play for. Whatever it is, it's going to be close. Bakocevic didn't need to let it go this far or get this close if he had it within his power, which means that Barrio has put up a good enough job of spoiling the party.
It's interesting, in this round, which has been of all three rounds, the one that Barrio has boxed, if you will, quote unquote, the most in, that's when he's doing the best.
Well, half a minute left, third and final round. I don't think we're going to see a showstopper. And the gloves look incongruent, don't they, to a pro MMA cage. Just talk us through that rule.
Yeah, again, they wore 6-ounce gloves. They wore what traditionally are used as sparring gloves in MMA instead of 4-ounce. But that was the negotiation. It was going to be a stand-up fight, said Bakocevic. Okay, what are we going to use as far as equipment was then the negotiating point, of course, alongside rounds and times.
Well, that's it. Look at that. Barrio puts his hand up. So does Bakocevic. The judges are going to have a hard time with this. Let's see how it plays out. Chris, I just, bewildered by that, but good effort from both.
It was fun while it lasted, Sensei.
So, extreme boxing, and as I said, I think the only thing that was extreme about it was the use of the word extreme. Okay, look, back to the action here. That was the work that was going on the inside. And they both fire at once there and land at once. But I think on the inside, Barrio scored.
I agree for sure, especially in that third round. We saw him using more accuracy, more volume, better head movement on the outside, more complete game.
Well, let's wait and see how the judges found it. And yeah, great entertainment value. But that should have been a clean shot from Bakocevic, but it missed. And he gets punished on the way out. And Barrio lands. Let's wait and see. Bit of a heart clutcher at the moment. We have a verdict.
And so, ladies and gentlemen, at the end of those 3 completed rounds of action, we go to your judges' scorecards, where we have a unanimous decision. All 3 judges in agreement with your winner. In the red corner, Francisco Croata Barrio!
Barrio's done it. He's done it. The last outing, it was an armbar win in MMA. Now he's won the extreme boxing. I mean, that's got to be a hard pill to swallow. And look at these two. They're grappling and monkeying around in the cage there. So, although it was, if you like, quote unquote, a bit of fun, it still doesn't take away the fact that Barrio has won. I mean, that's a hard pill for Bakocevic to swallow.
It's nice to see that, though. It's nice to see the sportsmanship. We knew there was an axe to grind coming into this, but the hatchet, it seems, has been buried well. At the end of the day, you know, there was a rivalry and there was an opportunity to keep this fight, to keep Croata on the card. And Bakocevic stepped in. Props to both fighters.